What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. So, you guys read it right. I need some advice. I'm a little stumped and I'm not quite sure what I want to do. So, let me just run you guys right down where we left off and what I need help with. So, to backtrack, you guys saw it last. I stripped the block, cleaned the block. It needs another cleaning, but right now it's good enough for me to work on it, so, you know, hands aren't going to get that dirty. But, so the advice that I kind of need, guys. So, obviously, the stock gearbox is not going to stay here. I'm gonna do a manual steering rack. Pretty sure I'm gonna push the block and transmission back about, I don't know, 6 inches. Pretty much where this engine mount is and where this strut tower, sorry, not strut tower, shock and spring tower are. It's gonna get pushed back. But since I mentioned that, the advice I need, should I keep the stock shock and spring towers and those big control arms, or should I attempt to cut all that out? That's the easy part, but pretty much make a jig and try and make my own control arms, or possibly make the control arms from a 98 to a 2011 Ford Ranger fit on here so I can do a coilover conversion. So if anyone's familiar with this kind of setup with the spring and the shock over there, maybe I can weld some brackets and make just the coilover fit with here, have the coilover come up, weld some tabs right here, and, you know, coilover to go straight down. But then I'm not sure how I'd get it to connect down here unless I make a flat plate that bolts to that has a tab that holds the coilover. That might work. Might have just answered my own question. I don't know. I've never done a four-wheel drive setup like this. Well, not four-wheel drive, but off-roading setup, in a sense, to make it work. I wasn't too fond of doing a lift kit, but I mean, if I have to buy the lift kit, I guess I will. But I don't know. I really need your guys' advice. This I keep going back and forth on the internet, looking at everyone else's kind of, you know, off-road setups and see what they're doing. Yes, that bracket's missing some bolts, but if I keep it, I can always replace those arms and get different hardware. That's not the problem. I just kind of need to see what exactly I'm gonna do, you know? I'm not quite sure the route I want to take with it yet. As for the rear, don't mind this, but as for the rear, this is a 7.5 rear end, and the gearing is just shit. So pretty much to me, it's not a bad rear end, it's just a rear end that I don't want for this build. I don't want these shock setups, I don't want that sway bar, and I don't want that that rear end because it has drums, and then I have to get different axle setups. So instead of me doing that, I'm just gonna buy a Mustang rear end. It's gonna be an 8.8 with at least a 327 rear end. Hopefully I can find one with a 3.73 rear end. It's my favorite rear end. And then I would be eliminating this leaf spring setup, as you guys know is common on a truck. So if I alleviate that 8.8 rear end, I can still use that drive shaft. Hopefully, maybe I have to source a bigger one, not sure yet. Make different coilover setups, buy a 4-link and call it freaking cherry, you know? There's no way I can use these baby tires, little 14s. But that's a different, you know, day, whatever. So rear end, I kind of know what I'm going to do with suspension-wise, but it's just this front, man. I need your guys' help because I have not a freaking clue what the hell I want to do. And I know I jumped in, put the block in, cleaned it off, started stripping it. You know, that's kind of the easy part of the whole process. It's just, I'm kind of stuck to where I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. Because, I mean, that means I'm cutting all this. I am going to, regardless, cut out this cross member that goes underneath because this block does need to go back. And pretty much that oil pan's sitting on the freaking, damn, you guys can't see it. You guys see it? Yeah. It's pretty much sitting on right here where this pitman arm is. That goes to those arms, the tie rods, you know. So that's not going to happen because I'm not going to push everything another 4 inches this way because then the whole freaking, you know, fans and everything would be in the way. So that's a no-go. So the block has to go back. So that control member, not control member, the whole cross member has to get cut out. So suspension, I need your guys' help with the frickin' suspension. If you guys know of like any kits that are possibly out there that swap the old setup to the new setup, you know, that might work. I'm not opposed to looking into that. But we also like to build our own stuff. So if there's another, you know, easier way to make a jig to make my own control arms possibly, then I'll do that too. You know, we have tube benders, notchers, all that kind of stuff. That's not the hard part. It's just getting it to work. I've never made this kind of setup before, again, for an off-road build. It's something new to me, so if you guys know anybody or anything that can get this suspension going so we can get cracking down on this, because I haven't quite ordered any of the material for any, you know, the front cage. I'm gonna tube the front end, and for me to cut out that cross member, because I don't know what I need yet. So if you guys know anything, again, please let me know. With your help, I really appreciate it. This is a really quick video. Sorry for all the rambling, but I just need you guys' help. So I'm gonna end the video here. Message me now. Talk to you later.